It can wait. It can wait. Hello, dear friends. Good afternoon. Such a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Outside, bright sunshine. The sun is setting down, and with this golden color, a little bit of warmth and cold. It's good. It's good. If you decide to kill yourself, to suicide, wait one more day. This video is a reflection of my previous video about these two shall pass. And it's quite to my surprise that this video got a lot of views. Got a lot of views is not that surprise. When YouTube decide to make someone crazy, to make something blow up, it can reach to a lot of people. But the surprising thing is the comment section. Up to now, it's about 1,000 comments, and everyone says that this video is sent to them. I searched for them, I looked for them, and it's kind of heartbreaking to hear, to read the comments that so many of us are experiencing hardship, going through something just so hard, and especially quite some comments mentioned about suicide, finishing life, and make an end to life 1 day ago or 2 days ago, and just by chance read this video and see the comments and get into this community. All what I want to say, not in a rush, not in a rush, in everything. When you do business, you miss the chance today, you can wait one more day. And the toilet paper, you don't need to buy them all. You can wait one more day. A couple of months later, it all come back. You do not need to be in a rush. The business opportunity you missed. There is a 72-hour deadline. You miss it, you will miss this good price. It's okay. You do not even need that. A business chance, a 1 million deal, you miss it, your boss will fire you. You can get another job. I used to work for a Korean company, and one of the culture is Bali. And it's so much that my boss always say that you have to make this deal today. If you do not make this deal today, if you miss this deal, price will go up, and you will not have this chance. And then later on I found it is not so. If a deal cannot sustain 1 day, it cannot sustain. Not in a rush. And I have written down some of your comments and things. And some friends mentioned about burnout, exhaustion. It's not worthy. It's not worthy. From the point of yourself, from the point of your boss. We talk about wearing other people's shoes. Usually, majority of time, the company who hire you want you to be a functional, productive person instead of spending the company insurance. And so you do not need to put too much pressure on yourself. You do what you can, you do not do what you cannot. And the sound is a little bit distracting. I am sorry. If you are totally burned out, you end up unable to work. It's not good for the company. It's not good for yourself. It's not good for nobody. So maybe you get the pressure, someone press you something or pressure you something. I'm too distracted. You do not have to be so pressured. Now, just not in a rush. If there is noise, let's just stop and sit here and look at each other, eye to eyes, and think what we are going to talk, and think what we are going to lead this dialogue. If something is beyond you, say no to it. If you do not say no to it, it means you have not yet reaching to that breaking point. And you can feel at that moment this is right or wrong. It's not coming to the point that is totally wrong. You can still sustain a couple of more days. But if you keep it on, it's not healthy. You will end up one day totally collapse. And maybe it's not worthy. Give yourself some time. You're worth more than what you are wanted. You can be more productive when you say no to something. Just talk about my SkillShare lesson. For now, I have 2 classes and very few subscribers, very few students, but it's okay. When I do this video, I start to think. I think, should I do my video just like what I usually do? For example, I'm doing a watercolor painting video. Should I talk and teach and demo and show my mistake, show the process? Or should I be rigid? Each one 8 minutes, each one 10 minutes, not a second more, not a second less, not a minute more, not a minute less. Make it rigid. And then I start to think. I talk and I paint. It is relaxing. It is real. And this is the reason why I have subscribers. This is the reason people likes me. Why should I change it? It is my strength. So for example, if later on I put it onto an online course, and that company, no matter it's SkillShare, Teachable, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, whatever, Crafty, whatever, if they do not find my method right, It could be I am not good, which, for example, the project part, it is I am not good. But if they do not accept my way of teaching, it could be that they have problem. Maybe they do not deserve me. Do you have the courage to say this? That your boss does not deserve you. And this is true. Not only you do not deserve your boss, this is not one way. It has to be neutral. It has to be mutual. Your job does not deserve you. The money you made does not deserve you. The thing you do does not deserve you. You deserve better things. If you feel that burnout is beyond what you are going to do, what you are going to achieve, is beyond a reasonable level, say no to it. I am not saying that make effort, work hard. We all work hard. When we find a purpose, when we know the reason why we work hard, we deserve it, and we want to work hard. We want to work the heck out of ourselves. That's what we want. But if we do not find the meaning of it, then it might be just wiser to say no to it and move on. It will be hard. It will be very hard to stop a job for a couple of days, a couple of months, a couple of years. But if it is for the better good, a bigger good, if it is worth it, go ahead, do it. Get a temporary job, cleaning dish, and delivery, do some other things to get the basic. You know what you can do. You will always find something. If you have a goal, there are a lot of great people starting from very humble, very minimal, and make it big. Almost majority of those successful people actually went through it. Okay, let's see. So burnout, make a decision if this burnout is worthy or not. Okay, here is another one. Another friend asking about a busy. So she's a busy person, has to do things all the time, has to be perfect. So the sense of perfection becomes an obstacle for her to move on, for her to enjoy life, for her to do the things she likes, because she's so stressed out. A lot of us so stressed out. We have to be perfect. If it is not perfect, just feel the sense of failure. It can wait. It can wait. You weigh it. You weigh it. When you drive, you do not text. You do not pick up the phone, because the consequence, maybe you will never pick up that phone. Maybe you will never make that text for the rest of your life. You think what is more important. And same thing to your perfectionism. If you want to make it perfect, you will never be able to do anything, because there is no perfection. When you reach to a certain level, there will be something else. You will find the missing part, and you cannot move. Can you stop and think about the consequence before you make that movement? Can you think about what Haiyin said about perfection? Because you cannot reach anything if you stick to it. Do you want to do something? Or do you want to be perfect? What is your goal? If your goal is to be perfect, then that's your problem. If your goal is do something, recite many times, tell yourself, and speak loud to yourself, I want to do things. That is my goal. Write it down. Write in a big letter, bold letter. I want to do this. Not about perfection. I do not want to do it right. I do not want to do it pretty. I do not want to do it good. Make yourself a very clear goal. Do or not do. Not about perfection, because you want to take action. It is the action, it is the motion that make you move on, make things happen. Okay, so there are a lot of questions and things. There is another one talking about Haiyin, will you always have this attitude to life? And I did not have this attitude to life. And when I was young, I was not as smart as you, not as wise as you, not as brave as you. Now I talk, maybe because I'm so pretentious, I do not know. But when we were young, it is time to make mistake. You do not wait until 50, 40, 30, 40, 50 to make mistake. You make mistake when you were young. And if you are always good, no drinking, there was such a joke. There was a guy who does not drink, does not have adultery, does not have girlfriend, does not smoke, does not do bad things, does not steal, does not do anything. And then there was another guy asked, what is the meaning of your life? You know, life is to be enjoyed. And to be enjoyed, it includes sometimes to be silly, to do some wrong things. Well, right now we are in a society, it's become so difficult for us to make mistakes. You walk on the street and suddenly you get angry, there will be 25 or 200 cameras shooting on you. You say some bad words or things. It becomes very, very scary, actually. And you know what I'm talking about. But when you are a good person, you have a limit. When you are a good person, you do not make those low-level bad jokes or bad things to begin with. And I think making mistakes and do wrong things is very healthy, is a very good way for us to grow up. I was not a good. I was not a good student. No, it's too straight to make a judgment like that. Anyway, in my time's standard, I was not I was not meeting with our society's standard in a lot of things. So I think through failure, through mistakes, we learn things and we learn to understand. We learn to have compassion. For example, before I have children, I think having children is one of a huge, huge turning point for a person, both my husband and I think for a lot of family, for both for men and women, it's a very big turning point. There are people who do not care about their children. I think they have more animal instincts instead of the humanity. I will not talk about it. A person who does not care about their children, I think they are missing something in their heart, in their life, in their humanity. And one thing, when I'm pregnant, I start to change. Before I did not drink milk, and I have my graduation speech. I talked about it to the students, to many students. It's about love. Parents we are ready to make the best of our children. So for that, I changed my life habit from not drinking milk into drinking milk. This is one thing. This is you can say this is not a sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice. It's a change. It's just when you have a goal, you are ready to change yourself. And another thing very obvious is that when I have children, I do not dare to do bad things. I think the moral standard you have to, because if you have children, you know, they know it. You cannot do sneaky bad things. They all know it. It's scary. You do not want to make a bad example for your children. And so a lot of things in life make us more mature. It's not from one thing. It's not from one incident. If you have break up one time, it does not change your nature. You learn something. If you have 2 times, it does not change your nature. A human nature does not change, but you might be more compassionate by seeing people suffering, by hearing people, by listening to people, by understanding people. Life teaches me. Life teaches me a lot of things. And still, I have a lot of things not yet reaching there. We all have a lot of things. It's just You do not win anything by hurting other people. Be kind and be humble. When you are pressed down to the bottom, you have more humbleness. You have more understanding, compassion to the world. I think I remember when I was younger, I had a good job. My salary was 10 times my father's salary. You know, in China, you work for a foreign company, and at that time, 外企, you make good money. I was quite lucky at that time, working on some job like that. And I think there was one time I have my sister and we fight sometimes, and I damaged something, and then I say I can buy it and replace it. And my sister, my parents said, it's not about money. There is something. If you have that sense, okay, I can damage this thing. I don't care because I have money. I can buy it. It's very low, very low. You have seen people throw away money to show their richness, to use money to light up a cigarette, things like that. It's very low. It's very low. It's very shallow, very low, very shallow. We don't need to do that. By showing off your money to humiliating other people is humiliating yourself. It's very humiliating to yourself. We don't do that. We don't do that. It can wait. You do not have to kill yourself today. Can you wait one more day? And when you wake up in the morning and see the sunshine, maybe you want to delay it 2 days or 3 days. Don't make a decision too quick. You have parents. You have people who care about you. It hurts other people. I think when we were young, a lot of people think about suicide because you do not know the meaning of life, do not have responsibility. When you become parents, when you have responsibility, you do not think about that too much. I think I remember there was one time when I have children, my husband travel sometimes, and I told myself, I just do not have the right to be sick, to get ill, because I have children to take care. Think about other people. If you do not have children, one day you will have. If you do not have children, think about your parents. Think about other people. Think about the people who care about you. It breaks many, many, many families. One start diminishing, breaks so many people. Sorry, this is follow down. Don't do that. It can wait. It can wait. You can wait. Delay it and see the sunshine, and you will change your idea. Okay, this video, I don't know if I should post it. It just feels so strange. It is good to have a busy life. Be busy, do something, and oh yeah, I got some friends say that getting into a depression and cannot go out, and the whole day staying indoor, not going out. You know, there is one silver lining. Now you go out, you put on a bonnet, you put on a scarf, you put on face mask, nobody sees you. Nobody sees you. Take this opportunity to go out, to go to your neighborhood park, to go to the streets, just get some fresh air. Nobody sees you. Nobody will recognize you. It makes it less scary to show yourself, right? Do I make sense? Please go out and I don't know. Thank you very, very much to spend this time. I love you. I really do. Do. Sorry for another empty talk.